Mark Rising Studios, and this tutorial is for split stitch. Split stitch is another simple stitch that's very similar to back stitch, and it can be used in all sorts of ways to trace lines, and it adds an extra little bit of texture that back stitch doesn't have. It's also an awesome cheat if you really like the look of chain stitch, but don't want to do such a complicated movement with your needle and thread. Here's how to do it. Split stitch starts very similarly to back stitch. Bring your needle up through the back side of the fabric, pulling your thread through until you bump into your knot. Reinsert your needle a little ways away, again usually less than ½ inch, pulling the stitch flush with the top of the fabric. Now you'll reinsert your needle up through the center of the stitch you just made, right in the middle, splitting the amount of strands you're using in half on either side of the needle. Pull your thread up and then reinsert your needle ½ of a stitch length away from the end of your first stitch, like this. Now when you bring your needle up again, you're going to bring it up through the center of the second stitch, the one you just made, which is at the end of your first stitch. Again, splitting your thread in half. So here I'm using 4 strands of thread, so I'm going to have 2 strands on either side. Reinsert your needle, again, ½ a stitch length away from the end of the stitch you just made. Continue this process along down the line that you wish to make. If you want to use split stitch to do a curved line, such as in lettering where you have some pretty tight curves, you want to make sure to keep your stitches nice and small and consider using fewer strands of thread.